This is why a lot of people will still make mistake. And embassy will deny their visa and they are wondering. It's like they feel like, I've done everything, yet these embassy people, they just deny my visa. What will I do? Now my village people. It's not your village people anything. Whoa, welcome to this session, and today we are going to be talking about the 3 common reasons why a lot of people study abroad plans fail. All right, and this video is going to be very beneficial to, number 1, someone who wants to relocate abroad and they have tried it before and they failed. The second set of people are people who want to travel abroad and do not want to fail on this journey. So we're talking about failure, but whether you have failed before or you have not failed before, this will be important to you. In fact, if you have failed before, I'm happy that you are going to be able to find some of the reasons why you failed. Let's jump right into it. But before then, who is here talking to you? My name is Dr. Linda Iheme, and I'm an educational consultant with Vantage Migration. Myself and my team, we train graduates and professionals who want to relocate abroad on how to do that successfully through the study abroad route. We show you how to get admission, scholarship, study loan, and every other thing you need in order to successfully relocate abroad by yourself. That's exactly what we do. So, as I mentioned before, we're going to be looking at the 3 common problems why people study abroad plan do fail. The first one is wrong program. Selecting the wrong program. And when I talk about wrong program, it can come from in different facets, right? It could be the wrong type of program like master's, PhD, PGD, whatever other program, diploma. It could be selecting the wrong one for you, okay? And this can differ based on the person. Let me give you an example. You studied MBA in your country. Now you apply to MBA is a master's in business administration, right? Now you want to go to Canada. You don't really want to do PhD, right? And then you apply for master's in business administration, right? Embassy is going to be like, well, you studied this program before. Where exactly are you going? What did you even do with the one you studied before? Why exactly are you going to another country to study the same program? We don't think you are going to study, right? So now I'm giving this example. Somebody is going to say, does that mean you should not study what you studied before? Now let me give you another example. Let's assume you studied master's in business administration. From the other example, you felt the person should be going for PhD, right? Not necessarily. Imagine they say, you know what? Now I noticed nursing is very good there. I want to do the same person who studied masters in business administration. Now say, I want to do PhD in nursing. Is that a good program for them? I want to do, you know what? They say PhD no go work. Okay. Let me even do one small program like this. I want to do diploma in nursing there. Will that work? What if they say, oh, diploma no go work? Oh, I want to do masters in nursing. Will that work? You see, just when you think you have figured out what I'm trying to say, you then see that you were wrong. That's actually how it works in real life. So I'm trying to explain to you that don't think you're going to get the answer to this thing by just trying to figure it out. If you don't know what you're going to do, you don't know what you're going to do. If you don't know how to select the right program for you, you don't know how to select the right program for you. There's no in between. It's either you know what to do or you don't know what to do. When you see yourself asking, hey, Dr. Linda, based on what you say now, I studied BSc chemistry. Can masters in chemistry work? If you see yourself doing this, it simply means you don't know how to select program of best fit for you. And the real solution will be for you to learn how to select the program. Not for you to do tumbom on what program will work. Because when you do tumbom, there's a chance that you will select the wrong program. And after you have done application process, wasted so much time, done your visa, paid money for this, paid money for that, paid money for this and that, then you see that everything is going to come down crumbling. Worst part, you are still not going to be relocating. You're going to start the whole process all over again. Okay, now let me tell you a story of a lady who messaged me recently. The lady had messaged me. In fact, let me say that I saw that email. That email woke me up. I hope she's watching this video, right? I hope she's watching this video and she will learn from me. But you can learn from it too. She was actually the one that inspired this whole video I'm making right now. You know, she had come and said, Vantage, I've gotten admission, no. I'm going to be doing diploma in business or something like that. I can't remember very well. Can you just show me how to submit my visa application or something like that? Right? Like, it's as if the whistle in my head went off. I'm telling you, I was looking at this email. I was like, don't do this. They will deny your visa. Don't do this. Listen to me. Like, I just kept shouting. I'm sure if the lady reads the email, she'll be like, this woman, your body too dey hot. But I was shouting because I could already see that she has the wrong program. Her visa will be denied. Full stop. I'm not saying if she not, there is no remedy. Just the program alone, I know that her visa will be denied. And the worst part, she's going with her family, which means she's not only going to fail for herself, she's going to fail on behalf of herself and her family. So, like, it's as if like my blood pressure went up on her behalf and her family's behalf. Like, don't do it. You have to start afresh. Come to think about it, I know what I was telling her was not easy. That's why when I mean shouting, I was typing an email, but in my mind I was shouting like, stop, don't continue. You have to start all over again. You have to think about it. You have worked on this thing since God knows when. Maybe before she even got to the stage of being able to do application, being able to get visa, being able to get the admission. She had put in a lot. Even paid application fee, done many things. Plus, do you know the worst part? If that admission, let's say, came for January 2020, like the next admission cycle, she won't be able to go. She has to start afresh. And if she dares me and go and do that visa application that she wants to do, she have doubled her punishment. Because the next application she will be doing, she will not just be telling embassy why she wants to go to the country. She will also be cleaning the mess that she have already made. Because it's like, no matter what you are saying, it's as if embassy's mind has made up. You now have to prove 2 times what normal people are proving. Do you get? So, I'm just trying to tell you why my blood pressure rose on behalf of her, the woman who wrote me and her family. I just knew that if she moves on, if she does not listen what I was telling her, and she goes on, she's going to fail. Not Chere Kambia. I don't mean most likely. I mean I am sure. So you know, talking about wrong program, one of the reasons people study abroad process fail is them selecting wrong program. There is a method to this madness. There is a method to this madness. So don't proceed if you don't know what to do. Learn how to do it right. This is the reason we offer free webinars, we offer masterclass, we offer training. This is the reason. Now, of course, for the lady I went on, I was bringing a lot of our family relocation testimonials. I was adding it to the email. See this, and also see this, and also see this. Please also look at this one. And in fact, that email was, I wish you could see my heart. I ended the email by saying, family relocation is bread and butter for us. Please listen to what I have to say. See, even if she doesn't come to Vantage Immigration and she just knows that she should not proceed with the admission that she has, she would have done enough. She would have done enough. Somebody just say my visa was refused for proof of funds. That brings me to the second point. You know, I told you we are talking about the 3 common reasons why people study abroad fail. The second reason is finance. Finance, which often shows up in proof of funds. Okay? But finance is the second reason. If you're watching me right now and you're listening to this video, could you comment if have your visa been denied because of finance? If it's Canada, they write it like this: based on your financial situation. You see, They did not tell you based on the account you submitted, based on this, based on the amount of money in your account. It says based on your financial, we are denying you visa based on your financial situation. That is another common reason why people study abroad process fail. And when you think of financial reasons, some people think, she is based on the amount of money in my account. Somebody will now come and tell us, somebody was telling her recently, say, hey, let me tell you. I hope this person also sees it, because I'm always doing these videos based on people's story, and it's not to laugh at them. Look at me very well. Do I look like somebody that wants to laugh at anybody? No, that's the answer. Even if you don't know the answer, let me tell you. The reason is not for us to laugh at them. No. The reason is because I know that even as they're making that mistake, there are other people that are making the mistakes too. So the reason for this video is so that if they can see it and learn, others too can see it and learn, then everybody is happy. Right? It's not how I go. Let everybody just be happy like that and be going. Life is simple. But people will not listen. Especially I'm doing this video for free right now. Free thing. They'll say, I will they run belly. Because of that, they will not listen to even something that will save their life, because the video is for free. If you now say pay for masterclass, they'll still say it's expensive. I don't know what else to do to help their life. God help me find solution. Okay. So now let's go to finance. We've seen lots of people. Okay, I'll give you an example of the one we saw recently. The person came and said, embassy, first of all, Canada have denied her visa, or his visa, has denied his visa because of finance. And I said, I have this amount. And then I said, I don't have enough finance, Abi. See, even as we are talking now, I'm going to be reapplying for this visa next week. And I've already told my friend to send me, this person is a Nigerian, to send me 7 million naira into my account to add, so that the account can even be fatter. We are like, yeah, relax. And the guy, relax. Don't even try. Do not dare to resubmit the application. All right? Do not dare to resubmit the application, because more denial is coming your way. There are things you should do. First of all, please get us this document. Let's review your application, right? We have in-house counsel. We have lawyers that will review your application, right? That we work with. Yes, if you ever submit, if you're working with Vantage Migration, remember that, please, before you submit your visa application, you reach out to us. Let lawyers review your application before you go on to submit it. It's like, even if I peep like this, it's just me peeping. It's lawyer that will review it and know what you are doing and tell you what to do right. Okay? Anyway, the thing is that it's as if this person was already inside fire, boiling. But they did not realize. They thought they were sweating when they are boiling. They were trying to heap more coal on themselves. It's not about the amount of money in your account. The amount of money in your account is just like half of the story. By the way, you can submit your visa application without submitting your account, and your visa will still be approved. E.g., look at a living witness here. When I submitted visa application, I did not have money in my account. That one is the gospel truth. I did not have money in my account. I was so poor and wretched. Oh my God, looking back to those days, God help us. So I was so poor and wretched. I did not submit my account because there was no money there, right? There was no money there. But the point is that I did not submit my account, my bank account. I did not submit any other person's account. Okay, I did not submit my account. I did submit someone's account though. I did not submit my account, and my visa was still approved. Okay, but what am I saying? Even the person's account I submitted was just a backup plan. It was not. It's more like saying I submitted another person's account. Like, if all this money that school gave to me is not enough, which they are, if for any reason I suddenly need cash, I'm going to reach out to this my uncle, and he's going to help. That was like the mindset with which I submitted. That was what I was telling embassy. Do you get that? If I do run into financial problem, I have somebody I can reach out that can help me. Okay, so the point now is that I did not submit my own account, and yet my visa was approved. How? So Some people say, share money no day enough for my account. You don't even need your account. If you do submit your account because that's where the money you need is, that's okay. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that there is a method to this finance madness. Some people think embassy is crazy. Like, I mean it. They feel embassy is crazy, that no matter what you do, they'll find you one thing. But I can tell you, embassy is not. I know you'll be like, Dr. Linda, you're siding them. But believe you me, when I say embassy is not crazy, there is a method to their madness. But do you know that method? So, it's not about how much you have in your account. It's not about, so somebody recently submitted an application. They said they had 60 million naira in their account. This person is in Nigeria. Remember, we work with people from different countries: Rwanda, Cameroon, Ghana, even Jamaica, Kenya, Sierra Leone, Liberia. You know, name the different countries. All right, we work with different persons. So it's just that when I remember some stories, I also still remember the country the person came from. So going to pack money in your account is not the only problem you have, and may even be adding pepper and salt on top of that injury. Learning the right thing to do is your solution. I'm not joking, no. You know, some people, when you are talking, they say, hey, you want me to buy your product. You not buy it, leave her now. Now you gonna suffer. Now by this time next year, you are still where you are. Is that what you want? Call a spade a spade. If they say buy iPhone now, you will buy it. You will even buy iPhone 15 Pro Max. The one that have not arrived, you buy it in advance. So why do you think that you can't spend on any other thing that will better your life? Is that a good mindset to have? Is that a good mindset to have? Finance is a common reason why people's study abroad plan do not work. Don't let it be your reason. If you see yourself saying, but so what should I do? That should tell you that you don't know what to do, right? Even if you don't say it out, that means inside your mind, you know you don't know what to do. Learn how it is done. Learn how it is done. Don't come to Dr. Linda. Go and look for who will teach you. Because if you tell somebody, come, let's teach you, they will say, so that's why you are making this video. Don't come to me. Go to find somebody else who is going to teach you, if that's what pleases your heart. Learn what to do before you submit that visa. Because when you submit your visa and it comes back denied, you have made matter worse for everybody, including the next person who is going to help you, who is going to want to help you. And above all, you are going to spend 1 more year at home. The third common reason why people study abroad plan fail. Make a guess. What do you think is the third reason? Let's see who gets it. Make a guess, make a guess, make a guess. Make a guess. Let's see. What is the another reason aside we've talked about applying to the wrong program, and also finance, which can come in form of proof of funds or any other thing? What is the number 3 reason why people study abroad fail? Who knows? Tell me, make a comment. Oh, somebody say accommodation, somebody say home ties, somebody say poor documentation, somebody say bad SOP, home ties. Let's see what else. Let me tell you, family ties. I can tell you for sure that, even though a lot of these things, somebody said insufficient fund, choice of institution, third reason, family ties, even though some of these, a lot of these things you've mentioned are usually problems, but I'll tell you that the chief of them all is pride. The chief of them all is pride. Pride. We work with people relocating abroad, and I can tell you, one of the things we've had to battle is pride. What do I mean by that? You don't know how to do something. Instead of you now to be calm and learn how to do it right, you will argue on top. On top of the lack of knowledge, you'll be arguing. You will argue. You will not even go for anybody to teach you. You say, everything there online. Pride. And it is that pride that I have really, like, that's the one that is really cutting people. Because whether it's home ties, whether it's proof of funds, whether it's wrong program, What is the one thing that can solve a lot of this problem? Learning the right way to do it. Some people say, me, I'm manager. I learned everything that I need to do. I learned it. I just went online. But how come your visa is still being denied? Your admission, you're not getting it. You're not able to get funding. In fact, you need scholarship. You will say, no, you don't need it. Then later, you now say your money was not enough. Right? Like, it's pride. If you can drop your pride, if you can pat your ego small and just brace up and learn what you don't know. So people will tell me, I have 2 masters. So what is it there? What's there about getting admission that I don't know? Say, okay, carry go. Carry go. Some people say, this my CV you're asking me to edit. I've been using it to get job. In fact, a lot of employers love me. My dear, where exactly did you get that job? Is it in Canada? For example, right? You are coming to a place like Canada, you are going to a place like US. Please, was that the same place you got the jobs that the CV helped you to get? Like, very little things. You don't know what you don't know. And even if you try to learn from someone else, even if they end up saying everything that you know, at least you will have made sure that, I thought I knew it, but I went there, but I figured out that everything they said was the same thing. Then let me tell you, even sometimes when people start training, they still make the same mistake of I too know, which is still pride. So when you tell them do this, they say, no problem, I hear you. They're still going to do the one they know since. So there are lots of issues, but we've talked about the 3 common ones that make people study abroad plan to fail. Number 1, they apply to the wrong program. Number 2, finance. They don't know. They may even have everything they need, but they don't know how to arrange it. Finance. Then number 3 is pride. Because there are so many other little things. Sometimes you can get the program right, get the funding right, and they will still deny your visa. And you are like, why? Somebody not recently, baby, this is like 6 months ago, told me that they got fully funded program in the US. They went for visa interview. That means proof of funds was okay. Supposedly, I didn't see their proof of fund, but it was okay. They did the right admission, but they still denied them their visa. They were like, these people, what are you going to do to please them? Right? So sometimes you even get the first 2 right, but another thing here and there will be the problem. But if you can convince yourself that there may be 1 or 2 things I don't know about this process, and go the extra mile to learn how to do it right, you would have solved so much of your problem. This is why we always encourage you. Attend our study abroad webinar, right? The free study abroad webinar, which we can find at www.vantagemigration.ca. Where is that link? One moment. This is it. Let me flip the camera. www.vantagemigration.ca, right? So go here, attend the free webinar, and that after the webinar, you will see your eligibility link. You check your eligibility. After the eligibility, you will see how all the details of how to contact us and all of that, and then you're able to contact us, and we take it up from there, right? So please don't let pride kill you. Seriously, don't let pride take your dream away from you. What will it profit you to claim that you know everything, but at the end of the day, you are still where you are? Last year it was like that. Last 2 years it was like that. This year again, it has happened again. You're almost giving up on your dream, but the one thing that can set you right on the right path, you have not done it. Just before you quit, just before you give up, even if you have already given up, just before you call it that, I don't do it again. Try this one. Learn how to do it right. Do it. You won't even be doing tumbom. You will know exactly what to do. You will do it, and that will be all. All right? Let's look at questions of people who want to join my live sessions. All right? Somebody said there are some questions on the question box. Let's see. Okay, this person said, please, my agent refused to release all my login details. The question is, why are you asking your agent to release your login details? What's the real problem that is going on? I believe you are not telling us all the story. If you decided to work with an agent, why are you changing your mind? If you are changing your mind, what's the reason? Do you get my point? So you made the decision to work with an agent. You have to you have to deal with that. However, the other thing you can do is to also say, it's like, I give up on this situation. I'm going to learn how to do it myself. You don't need to collect your login details before you can move on. If you really want to move on, move on. Or otherwise, go and figure out what exactly is going on. Or tell us the real truth so that we know exactly how to help you. All right? Please, if you have questions that you would like me to answer, comment, type the question. I think there's this question mark. Type the question and we'll take it from there. Try to add question mark at the end so that the platform will pick it and I'll be able to answer. But let's look at other questions. So my question, another question is, can my in-law sponsor me? My big sister marries his son. Your in-law can sponsor you, but it is not as simple as I'm telling you right now. If your in-law is sponsoring you, it is possible. But remember, that relationship is far. You will have to prove beyond that your in-law is really sponsoring you. I don't mean your in-law giving you an account, but it doesn't mean to sponsor you. There are processes. There are things to do to cement the process. There are ways to convince beyond doubt that your in-law is actually sponsoring you. Because embassy will not know whether you're telling the truth or not until you prove to them that you're actually telling the truth. So the question is, how do you prove? It's not a one answer. Because the relationship you have with your in-law may be different from the relationship I have with my in-law. Maybe different from the relationship another person have with their in-law. Do you know if your in-law is sponsoring even another person? Do you know that there have been people whose admission was denied, whose visa process was denied because their in-law, not in-law, sorry, somebody gave them an account and also used that same account for someone else? Do you know? So there are things to rule out. Believe you me, it is not simple. But if you decide to do it on your own, anything you see, you take. I'm not swearing for you. That if I want to swear for somebody, I don't need to come and do it on a live video, right? I'm just telling you the hard truth that people won't tell you. Okay, let's look at the next question. Okay, let me comment on this. So this person's question is, good day, ma, please, if I have a degree in geography and sociology, can I do postgraduate certificate program in business, please? You can, but I already mentioned during this session that when you see yourself asking, I have this, can I do this? One thing is clear to me: you don't know how to select your program of best fit. That's what is clear to me. So what should you do? Bring them out one after the other. How do you know if that kind of program is the best for you? Do you have the money to pay for that kind of program? Where exactly, what school will you be applying for that kind of program? Is that the only option you have as somebody who studied geography and sociology? Do you get my point? There are many questions that are like question mark, question mark, question mark. So if you go the route of, I studied geography, can I do business? The answer is yes. Okay, what are you going to do next? You will see that you are stuck. You are still where you are, even before you answer that question. And if you go out today and go apply for all the graduate certificate program in business, when the admission comes, you may see that you may not be able to pay for them. You may still not travel. You say, oh, I'll manage when I get there. You will submit for the visa, they'll deny you. Do you get my point? So, based on what there's a lot of blanks that needs to be filled for this program to become the right program for you. The answer is not just yes. Even though humans, they always want you to say yes or no. Even sometimes when I see myself explaining like that, some people say, just tell us yes or no. Yes. So what? What next are you going to do? How has all your problems been solved? So those are the hard truths that nobody will tell you. Somebody said, can an individual sponsor more than one person? An individual can sponsor more than one person. But how much is in the account? How much does each of those persons need? How do you know the proportion that embassy needs to see? And how much embassy needs to see in somebody that is sponsoring two accounts? Do you know how to come up with those? And why you may be thinking, just tell me how much now. It is not, there's no specific figure. It all depends on the country you are going, the embassy requirements, the schools you've applied to, how much those school fees are, how much your own school is, and the country where it is, how much the person, how much is the school fees of the second person that is being sponsored, how much does the person sponsoring have in their account, what does that person do? See, it's not as simple as you think. This is why a lot of people will still make mistake, and embassy will deny their visa, and they are wondering. It's like they feel like, I've done everything, yet these embassy people, they just deny my visa. What will I do? Now my village people, it's not your village people anything. If it is anything about village people, it's that your village people are preventing you from asking for help when you really truly need the help. Someone said my visa to the US embassy was denied last week. I'm not surprised. There are so many people who don't know how to go about this process. In fact, more people don't know compared to those who know. Right? Let's look at the next question. Okay, let's look at the next question. Someone say, how do one apply for and get 100% scholarship for September 2023 in UK universities? First of all, September 2023 is how many weeks from the time I'm making this video? If you're looking for full scholarship, you are late. You always want to start 6 to 12 months ahead of time. So, the person who asks the question, the answer to that question is that first, you are late. Call a spade. Either you find money to pay or you give the appropriate timeline. That's number one. Number two, if you're looking to get full scholarship, what you can do is you start from our free study abroad webinar by going to www.vantagemigration.ca. Please, if you're listening to me and you know that URL, you can also type it for her to see. www.vantagemigration.ca. That is the best place to start. Right? So, let's go to the next question. This person said, hello ma, I really love to study abroad even though I have HND. How do I go about it? Where can I start from? I need help. Okay, so having HND, yes, comes with like you have to think, like you have to give a thought. Just the same way somebody that have bachelors or somebody that have masters or somebody that have PGD as the highest level of education. We have to think about it. But one thing I want you to know is that, yes, we work with people that have HND. And there are people who have HND who have relocated. Maybe some of them have gotten partial scholarship. Some of them have gone to Masters Direct. Some of them have relocated with their family. Some of them have gotten scholarship and study loan. So if you have HND, you are welcome. We work with people that have HND. Start by going to attend our free study abroad webinar at www.vantagemigration.ca. From the webinar, we're going to guide you through the process of what next, and you take it up from there. All right? Let's look at the question. This person is asking, are there schools available in Denmark to apply this year, or is it late or less next year? For people working with us, the appropriate time is 6 to 12 months. If you are not really interested in doing 6 to 12 months preparation time, you are the wrong candidate for us. So, whenever I see somebody telling me, can I travel next week? Can I travel next month? Just know that you are talking to the wrong people. We can't help you with that. Those people that will promise you that once you come to them, you will disappear and appear in the country you are going to. We are not one of those persons. So, first thing first, if you are looking to work with Vantage Migration to learn how to do this process by yourself, you have to plan for 6 to 12 months. That's the preparation time. Because of the things. And that preparation time is not that you will be sit and be chewing stick throughout this period. There are things to do. But to be able to get full scholarship is not beans. If it's beans, you pay for yourself. full stop, right? And we wouldn't even be having the discussion. But believe you me, there are still people who have money to pay for themselves, and their visa is still coming back denied because they did not do the process well. They applied to the wrong program, right? They applied to the wrong program. One moment. So take notes. Then someone say my friend got a Canada visa. She applied for since last year. Now she has a 6-month-old baby. Please, how long will it take for the process for her baby to come to Canada? Please tell your. I'm sure if your friend applied and she knows exactly what to do and she got the visa, she knows what to do for her child. So I think you're over worrying on behalf of your friend because apparently your friend is apparently doing well, right? So let your friend take it up from there. Stop worrying about somebody that does not need worry. Right, let's look at the next question. Can I get a study loan and depend on part-time job to repay the loan while studying in Canada? Most loan, first you can get study loan, yes. But most loan bodies, we want you to even finish your study, and when you start working, before you start repaying, a lot of them will say 6 months after you graduated, before you start repaying. And even after that, they will spread the loan for you for like 10 years, which in between, once you have bulk money, you can always pay it off. But the point is that nobody is on your head to pay back the loan. No. And most people won't even want you to start repaying the loan until 6 months after your study, right? Can you get part-time job in, this person asks for Canada specifically? Yes, you can. A lot of students get part-time jobs. And even while I was studying, I was working too. So it's not something you go and beg somebody for something. It's something that almost all the students are doing it. So, because even when you're on full scholarship, you still want extra money. I mean, who doesn't want extra money? So you're on full scholarship, for example, but if you do extra job, you're getting like maybe, for example, $1,000 a week in 2 weeks. That's like $2,000 a month. Wouldn't you take the extra dollar if you don't even know what to do with it? You send it back home, right? So a lot of people, even when they're on full scholarship, they still take part-time job. There was this rumor I heard, and people were worried about it, that if you're on scholarship, they won't allow you to take any job. It's not true, except you go and sign for a different kind of scholarship that will tie you down. But the scholarships my students get, they don't prevent you from working. This person said, can someone with postgraduate diploma in education study masters in education in Canada? Yes, you can. People always like the simple answer, so let me give it to you. Yes, you can. What's your next question? Now we have someone, Israel said, I studied human kinetics in school and took some courses for dance. I want to do my master's in dance and choreography. Where best can you advise I look, and how do I get full scholarship? Start with our free study abroad webinar. That's the best way for you to get started. Free study abroad webinar, so that you see how getting full scholarship works. And then you can take it off from there if you want to go further. And the free webinar doesn't cost you, right? Maybe to cost you the data you need to attend. That's about the cost. But if you're not even willing to give out data, then what else are you willing to do? Because someone said, I studied ICT in school. That's amazing. I want to apply for illustration and animation. Will it work? It's possible. You can also apply for other IT programs. IT people are hot cake. IT people are hot cake. So definitely you can. Right? It will work. It will work. Why not? Let's look at more questions. This person is saying, please, ma, can you guys help me get study loan as well? We'll show you exactly how to get study loan. A lot of our students, if they get like partial scholarship, their scholarship is not complete, most times they go for study loan to cover it. So that means, the way I look at it is, if you come to Vantage Migration, you are going to relocate. It's like, funds can never be the reason you cannot relocate. What can be the reason you can't relocate is if you're not flexible. If we say do this, combine this and this, you say no. Hey, that one is different. We say, oh, based on this, go to this place. You say no. That one, people that are not flexible, they will have problem in life. Not just when they come to vantage migration, they will have problem in life. Okay, let's take a pool. True or false? So you can say true or false. You can answer true or you can answer false. Okay. You can answer true or you can answer false. People who are not flexible in life, right? They almost like they usually have problem wherever they go. Not just when they come to vantage migration. True or false? People who are not flexible in life. Let me hear your own opinion too. Me, that's my belief that people who are not, you see all those people that when you tell them do this, they say no. Do this, they say no. They often have problem in life. So it's not a vantage migration thing. It's not a vantage migration team, right? So take note of that. So, but you tell me what you think. If you say it's a lie, tell me why you say it's a lie. Maybe it's me that I have to correct my brain. But I notice that people who are not flexible in life, they almost always have problem. And they'll blame other people for their problem instead of trying to make life, instead of trying to learn to be flexible in life. Life is not a one straight road jacket. So, what's your question?
Man, the thing is, have been following up for a while, but due to the circumstances down here, I have issues. So I've been applying for different courses, but they normally give me scholarship, but I don't have the money to run other things. Then it bounced back. So now I wanted to find out and know if it is possible for someone to apply for a loan, a study loan, and if possible, or if there's any means someone can get a job over there that the company can assist or do the necessary things, then when the person is over there, he can pay back through means, any means, maybe by part-time payment or any means.
Okay, so let me understand very well your question. Did you get full scholarship?
Yes.
Tell me more.
I applied for a particular course. I've forgotten the fee, but I applied for a course. It's a PhD course, so I was granted. But I was not having money to meet up the demands of what they need. So the thing
Like
have
what?
to lay
Give me
down.
example, because if it's full scholarship, now you are still talking about money to meet up with what they need. It doesn't sound like full scholarship to me. So you tell me, what was it that they needed you to meet that you couldn't meet up with?
My school fees, I should pay part of my school fees, and I should do registration.
That means
I was
you
asked
got
to
full
do some.
scholarship now. That's what I was asking you, if you got full scholarship.
Okay.
If it's full
I thought it
scholarship,
was
they
a
won't be
full.
asking you to pay school fees. And by the way, what we usually define as full scholarship is the school is not asking you to pay school fees, but on top, the school is the one paying for your living expenses. That's what you really need. Even for a PhD program, that's what you really need. So if you're having a school that is telling you to pay some, even if they say they remove 90%, you pay 10%. That means it's not even full scholarship, because you still have to pay school fees. Then you have to figure out your living expenses. So what you really need is a full scholarship, not those partial scholarships. Do you get my point?
Okay.
That's what you
Yes,
need.
ma'am. Yes,
So is there a reason you have not attended our study abroad webinar, the free one?
I have. Last time I talked to you directly last time. So you sent me a link that I followed the webinar. I followed it last time.
Okay, that means you already know what to do. You just haven't found yourself doing it, because you need loan. By the way, if you're going for PhD, I don't expect you to be taking loan to go for PhD. If the school cannot even fund you 100%. you have no reason going to that school because they just want to eat you. PhD are doing a lot of work for the school. So most schools will pay you for that. Not that you are the one paying them. So if you already know what to do, so if you decide not to do it, that means you have other plans. And as you can see, 1 year have gone. And is this the
Yeah.
first year that you started working on this?
Yes.
Okay, this is the first year. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. So 1 year has gone. The question is, do you want the next year to be like this? Or you would rather humble yourself and learn how it's done and do it once and for all? And get even scholarship that will cover. It's like you're waiting to go there to work. Which you will work, that one is a normal thing. But the work should be to get extra money, not that you're working to pay school fees. So is
Okay.
there something
Because
like is there something you need me to clarify? Because I feel you are someone who has been following me, know exactly what to do, but maybe for some reason you haven't convinced yourself that you need a training. So is there something you want me to comment
yeah,
on?
yeah. Because now the thing I wanted to go for is a another course,
Mm.
just a part-time course I can just do for maybe 6 months to a year.
International students can't do part-time course. It's like you're not aware. It's a very simple thing that have saved you 1 more year of trying to do it on your own. International students can't do part-time course. So yes, that simple information have saved you 6 months. Let me just tell you. So I should be receiving my thank you check. The smart thing for you to do
Okay.
is to get trained. Anybody who doesn't believe it, they have maybe they have their own or juju that is clapping for them inside the bush. The smart thing is you get trained. You know exactly what to do. You save time, you move on. All this time you are spending touching hands here and there, and something that will still not work. What do you think you get out of it? That's your
Okay.
decision to make. So I believe I've given you enough advice. And as you said, you spoke to me directly last time. So it's like every time you just love to hear my voice, but when the real advice I give to you, you don't want to take it. So what exactly do you
No,
want
no,
from
no.
me?
I will work on it. I will. I will. Thank you, ma.
No problem. God be with you.
I'm joining from India. I'm a Liberian in India.
A Liberian in India. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome.
Yeah.
How can I be of
Yes,
help?
yes, man. My program here will be. I'll be completing my program here by December this year. So I want you to advise me like when can I start the master class so that maybe by next year or something, then I can relocate.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking at your study abroad process from a holistic view, most schools are going to look at the grade you have from your final year, right? From your final year. So that means that your final year is extremely important. So the best thing I would tell you to do now is to see how you can get the best grade possible for this final year. That
Only my final year,
yeah,
my last semester.
yes.
Okay.
To get the grade you can get, because many schools are going to look out for that grade, and it can change a lot of things for you, that like making it easier for you to get admissions and all of that, right? So what I would say is that when you finish your exam, maybe you can contact us at that point. I really never advise somebody who has not finished their final year exam to start the study abroad process, because it's like you need this grade you are going to be working on. So instead of dividing your attention, put all your attention, get the best grade you can get. The day you finish your exam, then you can contact us and you can look at if we have any other program starting then, and you take it up from there.
Okay, yeah, that's good because I've been following you for some time now. And I'm really interested in your program. So I was like, let me start this early so that I don't be late for the next time.
It's okay.
So that's why I needed some advice to go on with it.
It's okay.
So thank you so much. I appreciate it. So I will be looking forward to it.
No problem. No problem. Wishing you the best. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Bye. How can you come across scholarship because you don't know how to go about this scholarship thing abroad? we always advise you to start from our free study abroad webinar by going to www.vantagemigration.ca. With an HND, can you get full scholarship in Canada to study master's program? Depends on your grade. For HND people, depends on your grade. If you have upper credit, that is possible. If you have lower credit, then you have to go for other types of program. But for sure, you can come to Canada. You can also go to other places. So if you have HND, during the training, we're going to be able to tell you exactly where to go based on your situation. All right. And even when you talk about full funding, what does full funding mean to you? Sometimes people get full funding from one program. Sometimes they get full funding by combining two scholarships. Sometimes they get full funding by combining scholarship and study loan. All right. So those are all possibilities. The summary of it is that if you have HND, we work with you. Start with our free study abroad webinar at www.vantagemigration.ca. From there, you will see how to check your eligibility and what to do next and how to email us if you have any other question, and we'll be able to answer it for you. All right. Let's look at other question. Somebody said, do fully funded scholarships pay international students? Most of them do. Most of them. And I'm saying that a school can tell you we're giving you full funding, and what they are giving you is just money to cover your entire school fees. But most full scholarship that we introduce our students to, those are the kind of scholarship that we pay your school fees and pay your living expenses. So most times, Advantage Migration, when we say full scholarship, we are talking about how you can cover both your school fees and your living expenses, okay? Yeah. So, and those scholarships that pay your living expenses, they do it by paying you as the students. So it's like somebody is paying you to study. When I was studying at U-Waterloo paid me monthly. And there are people who they pay monthly or pay once in 2 weeks. These are it sounds strange, but it's true. Sounds strange, but it's true. Let's look at other people that have requested to join the live session. And then I can also take some questions. So this person is asking, I want to apply for migration visa to Canada with my family. What type of migration visa are you looking to apply for? Can you give us more clarity? Are there other questions? All right. We can call it a day. I think I've answered a lot of questions and talked about a lot of things. But please take everything we've discussed today in this video at heart and continue to encourage yourself. It's not easy. It's not easy. There's a lot of things to do. The easiest thing you can do for yourself is to get trained on how exactly to do it. Start from our free study abroad webinar at www.vantagemigration.ca. Right? That way you know exactly what to do. You go and do it. I can tell you over and over again. That for a lot of people, they will think they are busy, they will think they are smart, but over time you will not see that they're just wasting time. They will try this one, it will not work. They'll try this one, it will not work. They'll try this one, it will not work. Why not just learn what will work? The thing you would think is the smartest solution, that's the only thing they will not try. Right? That's the only thing that they will not try. I don't know why that is usually some people's decision, but we'll continue to hammer on it so that people get the right information. Anyway, take good care of yourself till I see you again.